Hey Peter, it's Mike. I just sent you an email and I talked a little bit about what we're after in the email, and I had started to jot down just some sketches that might be able to communicate kind of the branding and the transitions that we're after. But I thought, this just might be the easiest way to do it after all. So the general format of the videos is that there's usually like about a 10 to a 30-second introduction segment to these branded 2-minute drill videos, and then there's a titling sequence that'll show up. We want that to be kind of branded so that we can reuse that for every 2-minute drill that we use. So it'll have a branded titling portion of it, the 2-minute drill, and then it'll have a subtitled area where we will title the actual topic of the of the segment that we're recording. So that subtitling will need to be, stylized text, whatever that text should be, whatever styles it, however it should look, and integrate into the titling. That's great. And then we would just, kind of like we were doing with the badge branding, we'll just update that here for each titling, and we'll drop in the subtitling for each segment that we do. And then there's a long center. Oh, by the way, there should be in that opening titling segment, maybe even right off at the beginning of the video, kind of like when you're watching it shows on TV. There are they kind of show up at the beginning. There's the little, probably on this side, there's like the TVMA for violence and whatever, naughtiness and those kinds of things, or maybe across the top. We want some iconic branding, across the top here somewhere, maybe some kind of iconic branding, probably over here. That would be an icon so that you could visually recognize that this is for Microsoft Office, or this is for Microsoft Outlook, or this is for kids, or this is for the check system. Some iconic branding, and then maybe just a little bit of a title bar across. So some of the products have long involved names, so that we could type those out. Again, text that we could modify, but a fixed set of icons that we could drop in right at the beginning of the segment. So you would have the fixed set of icon, the iconic. The icon and the titling, that titling would appear right at the beginning of the segment while we're doing the intro, and then we would have 10 seconds of that or 30 seconds of that, and then the 2-minute drill titling sequence will probably go on for 3 to 5 seconds or so, with the subtitle that we would modify for the topical content. Then roughly 2 minutes of video content about the topic, and then at the very end we want to bookend it with some kind of end titling. I don't know if it'll be like a lower third or whatever, but again, kind of a branded end titling, not like the main splash titling screen, but the end titling would be the 2-minute drill branded end titling with some kind of it might just be that. I don't know if we'll include the topical text. I'll kind of leave that to you, but there would be it would fade off and leave behind kind of a for more information, click here kind of a thing that we could update. It would be nice if it was like, I don't know, maybe like a panel that's kind of branded for more information, and then with just kind of an open area with the stylized text again that we could modify to say, here's some links to SharePoint, or here's some links to government websites or whatever, so that we would have a space to throw in some content as well. So that's kind of the format of these little video segments, and hopefully this kind of helps give you an idea of the graphic needs that we have for that, about which, by the way, we'll be using Adobe Premiere to pull these together. So the Photoshop PSD file format works just beautifully. It gives us the transparency, and it imports natively, and in fact it will, if you do layered PSD documents, it will when we bring them in, it will ask us if we want to bring them in as individual objects that we can work with. So that's another nice way to transport those graphics. Anyway, thanks for your time. Give me a call if you have any questions. 323-361-8675. That's in the email.